Welcome to our viewers and thank you for watching. My name is Jabu, partner at PwC in Johannesburg. Joining me today is my colleague Vyamala Moyo. He is a senior manager at PwC office in Blantyre. He will be giving us some insight on doing business in Malawi. So Vyamala, thanks and welcome. Tell us a bit about Malawi, how the country is like, the people, and are there any opportunities for doing business in Malawi?
Malawi is the warm heart of Africa. It is a country that is politically stable and has got a relative financial stability. The population is a young population, but very hardworking, and there are many opportunities to work in Malawi. And these opportunities range from mining exploration, agro-industry, both upstream and downstream, which is agro-processing, and also renewable energy, be it hydro or solar power, and also oil and gas exploration.
Thank you. That's very interesting. Malawi seems to be a vibrant economy, and it also seems to be awash with a lot of opportunities for investors. But international indicators show us that there has been a lot of reluctance for investors to invest in Malawi. What would you say are the big challenges facing businesses in Malawi today?
Firstly, the major challenge that we have is unreliable power supply, which has led to very minimal investment attraction. Currently, power is available mainly for about 1/3 of a day. This is not good enough for development of a productive sector. Being an agriculture economy, over-reliance on rain-fed agriculture has led to a weak export base as agriculture output is heavily compromised in adverse climate conditions. To a great extent, agriculture is at subsistence level. Next is exchange control regulations, which also play a part, though not significant, in shying away potential investors. Where the investment is not registered with exchange control authorities, it is less likely that any returns or capital could be repatriated. Next, I'll talk about labor issues. The available labor is mostly unskilled, and this means they may have challenges to immediately work on modern high-tech equipment. There is a need for a clear succession plan for a local resource where an expatriate is granted a work permit. Unskilled labor is mostly unhappy, and this leads to some isolated cases of industrial actions. It is necessary to keep employees happy and be in line with the labor laws. And also, corruption remains a significant challenge. Besides executive commitments to deal with it, it has led to a lack of trust from the cooperating partners, and they currently directly fund the development projects as a way to mitigate the risk. Maybe lastly, let me talk about the bureaucracy in the administrative way of doing things in Malawi. There is red tape, but this has led to the country to be ranked lowly on the World Bank Doing Business Index. Currently, there are many reform programs to bring in efficiencies in the critical functions of registration of businesses, obtaining permits, as well as complying with taxation requirements.
Thanks, Vyamala. So, in conclusion, given all the challenges that you've mentioned so far, what would you say are the 3 important actions that an investor into Malawi needs to take in order to make sure that their investments are successful?
Firstly, understand the current risk factors and comply with the requirements from the beginning. Get it right the first time. Have all the registrations and approvals in place, and it simplifies doing business in Malawi. Secondly, every investor needs to bear in mind the inherent challenges of a landlocked country. Transport costs are another key factor to consider, given that Malawi does not have direct access to the sea. Finally, cultivating and nurturing relationships with authorities in order to increase trust, openness, and always work towards smoother partnership. And finally, it is key to understand Malawi as a market in the first place and also a base for the export market. Given the potential of an economic development, it is always important to be on the lookout for further opportunities linked to the envisaged investment sector and take full advantage of them. Malawi, to a great extent, is not developed, and this provides an open book from which to read a dossier of opportunities.
Thank you, Vyamala. It has been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as well for me to be here to talk about Malawi.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Malawi is open for business, and I hope you have found this useful. Thank you.